Don't call it a comeback, because we never left.
This is Daniel Durston.
And I'm Sean McGibbon.
And this is Million Dollar Quartet Off the Record.
This is a podcast.
Yeah, it's a podcast.
Where we're...
Yeah, they know. They're listening to the podcast right now.
Oh, shit. That's right. I got to tell you, I have to tell you, you're making a lot of good points. You're making a lot of good points right now. We are here with Sky Seals. My God. One of the, I think it's safe to say one of the OG Johnny Cash's. Am I crazy by saying that?
You are crazy, yes. I started in 2016, and it was after the tour, and all those guys, they had been doing it.
But it's also kind of one of the first productions that went regionally, right?
It was one of the first, I think in the first year.
Well, where was it at?
Westchester Broadway Dinner Theater in Westchester.
Yeah. Oh, we got to get to this. Because every time I've heard this, people discuss it like a Vietnam War story.
You know, for me, it was my first one. So I was like, I'm just happy to be here, guys. So, but it wasn't 100. We carpooled from the city, so we get to stay at home. You know, that was one thing.
How far is that drive?
45 minutes.
Oh, shit.
And we rode with Dave Sonneborn for it.
Dave, for people who don't know, is one of the sweetest, kind of calmest,
so sweet and
guys that you meet.
The drummer of the First National, right?
Yeah.
He's done it everywhere.
Yeah. We toured with Dave.
And he's probably the reason I got cast in the show, because his wife, Becky Barda, was in an off-Broadway show with me for a year. And she just happened to be walking past when he was watching my audition video on his laptop. And she was like, oh, that's Sky. He's good. Hire him. And that's why I'm here.
This is great. I love all the audition stories and things that help.
Yeah, I sent in a tape. They needed a last minute replacement because they had just done it somewhere. So the whole cast was coming over except for the Johnny Cash. And my agent called me. I just happened to be in town doing a reading of another show. And I was only in town for like 2 weeks. And then I sent in this tape and they said, you're hired. You start in 10 days. So I stayed for the summer.
Wait, is that your first audition ever for MDQ, or have you?
No, I auditioned for it on Broadway. You know, when it was on Broadway, I went to all the equity PAs and everything.
Did you get callbacks?
I never thought I was a Johnny Cash. I got called back for Carl once. I got called back for Elvis. Never for Johnny Cash. There was one time they asked me to sing Folsom, so I had learned it and kind of done my own Johnny Cash voice, but. So I just kind of whipped off the audition tape, and I had a full beard and I looked crazy. And Hunter actually talks about it all the time. He's like, "You look like the Unabomber, man." We didn't know who this guy was that we were hiring. We were lucky that he ended up being all right.
I remember the first time I auditioned for Hunter. We were at Ripley, and there were Jerry Lee's just down the hall, and each person was going in and coming out, and they were going, oh, man, get ready. That piano's a piece of shit.
Oh, God.
And then each person would go in more confident, and then they'd come out and they'd be like, oh, he wasn't kidding. That piano's a piece of shit. And I went in and I'm like, I've practiced on some shitty ass piano, so I thought, I got this. That thing was a piece of shit.
Oh, I hate
I don't know how they could have cast anybody from that thing. It was terrible.
What? And did you get cast?
Yeah.
That was
that was your first one?
That was the first one with Hunter.
For the tour? Or no?
For Casa Mañana.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I worked with you right after that.
Now you have a musical theater background, which we both, that's what I came out of. And I think it's a different vibe when you start in that world and then kind of get into MDQ, which they usually hire, a lot of musicians.
Yeah.
Gigging people, but you play like 6 different instruments.
I play piano and guitar, and I can hold a beat somewhere on drums.
He's being very modest right now, and you write as well.
Yeah. Well, I studied opera for my freshman year of college, and that wasn't for me, so I switched to musical theater.
And this is what always makes me cry, because I always think. Everybody's a tenor except old McGibb.
Yeah.
And I thought you were the one baritone riding it out with me in this empty world. And I'm wrong. I heard you sing the other day and I realized you're a tenor.
Yeah. I was always a tenor or a baritone technically. But Getting this show, I added like 4 whole notes on my bottom range, and kind of lost my I used to have the falsetto all the way to the ceiling, but now there's a lower ceiling.
Is there like maybe a mainstream musical that you're like, I would like to do that one day and like legitimately be in it?
I think it's a crime against humanity that I haven't played Javert yet.
Yes, yes. My dream is Andra, so that would be incredible. Oh my God, that'd be so good.
And then now I feel like I'm getting old enough and getting my voice is low enough to do Sweeney. I'd love to do Sweeney.
Yes.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So had you studied Cash at all before you went in? And was he on your radar?
Yeah. No, not really.
Wait, as you get into that as well, like how many auditions did you do until you got the official like part?
You mean
if you remember
auditioning for Westchester or like all those EPAs? I don't know. I mean, I went in a bunch because it was an actor musician show, and like I was going in for all the Once and all the other shows, and this was just another one, right? I didn't get to see it on Broadway. I didn't know exactly what the show was. I just knew it was these characters, and I thought I was an Elvis. My first solo I ever did in junior high was Blue Christmas. Because I did the Elvis thing. So
yeah, amazing. So you don't know how many numbers? It just kept going.
Yeah,
did you get callbacks
just a handful.
Like,
a handful.
Like, you kind of hope of like it's possible and
a little bit, but again, like I got called back for Carl, and I was like, this is beyond my guitar skills right now, and so I learned some cool parts and licks and things for the audition. But if I had gotten cast, I would have had to really woodshed.
Have you ever done any other role than Johnny, or strictly?
No, just Johnny.
Yeah, when you talk to all the Carls, everybody goes through their own little journey with that. How somebody kind of apprentices these days, and will teach everybody the licks, and
right,
and then they'll go in and Chuck will tell them they're doing them all wrong, and then they have to relearn everything again. And we were talking the other day that you and I, in some capacity, have known each other for about a decade,
almost,
which
we're
blows
coming up
my
on
mind.
Well. Actually, so we worked together first time at Walnut Creek Center Rep 2017.
Right. Okay.
So we're coming up on 9 years.
Well, when was Cincinnati? That was after.
Oh, wait. Yeah, Cincinnati was after. Yep.
Right. And I remember hearing from John Michael when he talks about this Westchester gig. He always it was one of those, you don't know, man, you weren't there.
Oh, it was crazy. So first of all, the Westchester stage is a 3/4 thrust. It's a square surrounded on 3 sides. And so we had to block it in constant motion, like, almost like in the round. And so you have to and so my first time learning the show was great because we were all learning and reblocking everything to make it make sense. And Jason Laughlin was the Sam. He's an excellent actor. But he also was able to talk to Hunter and be like, I don't like this line. I'm not going to say it like that. I'm going to switch these words. And so that's the script I learned, which was not exactly what's in the script. That's why I start changing things. And I'm like, no, that's my version. That's what I'm doing. Don't even give me a line note.
Is Hunter cool with that? Like, does he? Okay.
Yeah.
Which I kind of sense, but I only like one word I'll change and he never says anything. I'm like, oh, but if it's, I feel like when it fits for you as that character, it is more truthful and real. And I feel like Hunter respects that.
And a lot of the stuff that we did there, because now this is the first time that I saw he has like his version of the script, like an actual script that he can hand out. And I was checking it and I was like, yeah. These are all the changes that we made way back then.
And that's why it's like the Hunter Foster version.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is sick.
We should explain real quick that there are many different versions of the show going around. So when people see a production, like the one we're doing right now at the Maltz Jupiter Theater is I think not like any other production I've ever done.
So it's Hunter's version, but it's the specific one with the intermission and with I Shall Not Be Moved,
right?
As the closing of Act 1.
Some of them still do
Rockin' Robin,
really?
and then some of them
because we started doing that in
Cincinnati,
St. Louis. No, St. Louis was the first time we did Rockin' Robin, and the reason we did it it partially is because after the smoking scene, Johnny Cash leaves to go get the sodies, and he had wanted me to go out the audience, like down through the vom. The St. Louis rep has these great vomitoriums. And so, but the way to get around and get back on stage was so long, they had to fill time. And they were like, we could do Rockin' Robin.
I remember because he did.
Hunter did. I think he wanted to do it. And that was the excuse. That was the show that like, oh, well, we've got this crossover. We've got to do this. We'll fill space.
The story that I heard was that he was just looking at royalty-free music and that had come on. And
exactly.
They realized they could do it.
And just to jump to an intermission is the story that I heard.
Because sometimes they'll cut at the end of Riverside, which is...
So this happened at Theater by the Sea with Greg Santos directing. Greg used to be Hunter's associate director. So like when we did Tahoe Shakespeare, Great Lakes Shakes, and Idaho Shakes, which is all the same kind of contract, but each show was a little bit different. We did Cleveland with Hunter, and then Greg came out to Tahoe and set the show there.
Right, and
but now he directs it on his own.
And he basically has his kind of version of it as well. He
was pretty much doing Hunter's version, and so that's what we were doing at Theater by the Sea. And right before we go into tech, we get the call, oh, no, we can't do that anymore. We have to do exactly what's in the licensed script.
Like the one act? Version, or
if you're doing a second act, they say you have to do it after Riverside. And you have to do all of this, and you can't break up Folsom Prison any other way other than what they have there. So like what we're doing here, we had to switch it all up and go back to the other way.
Yeah, there's so many weird contractual agreements that, like one that the Guitar Army choreography is apparently copywritten. Do you hear this?
Really?
Like it's part of the original Broadway production, which is why we do the different the walk down. Like the duck walks.
The Guitar Army. I see what you're saying. Yeah. We do the duck walk.
What did I say? Guitar Army?
No, you did say Guitar Army, but
I thought Mongolian. Mongolian?
Mongolian.
That's how you say it when you're sober.
Yeah.
Wait, so Guitar Army is different than what we do. Yeah, the duck walk is different.
Yeah, Guitar Army is just
copywritten.
This is what I have been led to believe. That's why they only did it on the ship.
Oh, I've done it a few times.
Well, so we did it on the tour. That's just what I've always been told. Could be wrong.
I don't.
But I guess it is choreography.
Can you do that?
But the Mongolian is choreography technically, or I guess it's blocking. But that would be Broadway's.
Yeah, I don't know, but because I remember when we were touring, they lost the rights to Ring of Fire in the middle of the run.
Oh, really?
And there were certain, rights obligations that were going on with the music, and then that's when Ghostwriters came in.
How many productions have you done? Do you count them? Do you know how many exactly?
I think I'm at 18.
Including now?
Yeah.
At the Maltz Jupiter.
Yeah, at the Maltz Jupiter.
18.
I think so. So let's count them. When I did Westchester Broadway Dinner Theater, Actors Playhouse in Miami.
I feel like Daniel put in some banjo music.
Put in some banjo music.
Yeah, put some noir
St. Louis
jazz
Rep
behind this.
Yeah, baby.
Then I went to
you'd like that idea.
Montreal, the Siegel Center. Came back and did what's that one called? Rochester, Jiva Theater.
This was your first year.
Yeah, first year. Jiva, Walnut
That's 1
Creek.
year?
You think you're better than us?
Yeah, you think you're something, don't you?
You're so great, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Seven Angels Theater in Connecticut.
Do you have a favorite production, like off the top of your head? Like, I love that theater, the way they housed us, like whatever it may be.
And why is it one of ours?
That's so hard. I mean, there is an easy answer. Tahoe. Tahoe was,
and why is that?
Wasn't one
on
of
a
ours.
whole different level. Because we had
What's the theater called?
So it's Great Lakes Shakespeare Festival, Tahoe Shakespeare Festival, and Idaho Shakespeare Festival. They're all run by the same company that runs the Idaho Shakespeare Festival.
Cool.
And so they do all when they do these shows, they do them in all three cities.
Oh, sick. All right. Yeah.
And so, but usually at Tahoe, they're running in rep with the Shakespeare. So the musical, and so the cast is the same. They're in both the musical and the Shakespeare.
Did y'all do a full week?
And we shows? Come in and we're like, no, we're just doing our show. You guys do Taming of the Shrew. So we did like 2, maybe 3 shows a week.
Oh, wow.
For 2 months in July and August in Tahoe. They put us up in Incline Village, which is 5 minutes away from the theater. Everybody else was down on South Lake, which is like an hour. And then you had traffic.
Oh my God.
We were in a $10,000 a week condo, the 3 of us, Jerry Lee, Elvis, and I. Like, we were living like actual rock stars. Every single day I was in the water of Tahoe. I knew that it was getting warmer. By the way, go to Tahoe in August. It's perfect in August.
Shout out to the state of Tahoe. Wait. Oh my God. Did I just
the whole state of Tahoe?
The whole state of Tahoe, man.
Tahoe. No, just the state.
I'm in
of
a
it,
Tahoe state of mind.
Like the description of it. Yeah, exactly. Like, look at the state of that Tahoe. You know?
No, I learned so many cool things about Tahoe, but like so it's Sand Harbor, which is the coolest little beach area. The theater's right on the beach. Our backstage was the beach. So I literally would go to work. I'd do a couple laps in the most beautiful blue water. I'd go backstage. I'd do my hair directly from swimming.
Oh my God. That sounds like a dream come
true. It was amazing. I turned to Jimmy Ludwig because Jimmy works regionally all the time. And I was like, are there any other contracts like this? And he was like, yeah, there are. But like, this is pretty special. And he said something to me very important right then. And I was like, you know, I was just blown away that we got to do this. I was like, this is great. He was like, don't forget, man, you worked for this. You earned this.
Yeah.
And all those other shitty jobs that you've done in your life, you get this one once in a while, and you'll go back to the shitty jobs, and then you'll get one like this once in a while. And I was like, it was the first time that I kind of went, yeah, I did just a little like healthy patting on my back. I was like, yeah, man,
that's amazing.
We did it. We do deserve to be in a place like this. It was really, really quite
incredible. That's awesome. I wanted to ask you, before you did Million Dollar Quartet, had you been making rounds in the Actor Muso circuit? Did you do Buddy Holly or any of those?
I did Buddy Holly once at Bucks County after doing MDQ.
What year is that?
Gosh, that would have been 2019, beginning of 2019.
And before Million Dollar Quartet, you're saying you're equity out of college. What did you do? A couple professional shows before Million Dollar Quartet? Or was that your?
Oh yeah, no. I graduated college in 2004.
Oh, cool.
And moved to Minneapolis and got hair at the Pantages Theater.
Oh, in LA?
No, in Minneapolis.
Oh.
You just said the Pantages. They're all the touring houses, the big old, vaudeville.
Daniel just wanted us to know that they have a Pantages.
They do. They have a Pantages in a lot of different cities because it was the family.
It's like the LA Broadway.
You hear that? It's not even special.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's pretty special.
But so I lucked out.
Go ahead, yeah.
I lucked out and got into equity without doing all the points and everything. But then I was in Minneapolis for like that year, and I was like, I need to move to New York because I could audition maybe like once every couple months for an equity theater in Minneapolis. I was going to Chicago for auditions just to do something. And so I was like, that's why I moved to New York in 2005 and started my own theater company and did all sorts of stuff. And, I didn't get MDQ till 2016.
I love stories where shit goes wrong on stage. Do you remember just any times where you were doing cash or something else that just went off the rails?
Oh yeah, lots and lots of times. Now the ones that I'll talk about were fucking man-made. We're like choices that somebody made because I love him dearly, Mr. Eddie Clendenning.
Oh, baby, yes. Yeah. For those who don't know, Eddie Clendenning is one of the bona fide OGs.
The original Elvis on Broadway.
He is the original Elvis. And he'll tell you, he's not a theater person.
I hear he's the real deal.
He's a rockabilly guy.
He lives the rockabilly life.
He's one of the best guitarists I've ever ever heard. He's freaking incredible. But there are certain times he wants to let you know that he doesn't care about your damn theater. And so, he kicked a door and broke it, and we all had to deal with that shit.
On stage?
Oh yeah.
Why?
I don't know. He had this moment, when Carl storms off after Blue Suede Shoes, my song. Yeah. He would go after him, and I don't know. I guess he was just like, I'm going to make it seem pretty dangerous. And he was like, hey, Carl. And he would like go and he would kick open the door and storm after him. And I'm like, I got to go make sure these guys aren't going to kill themselves.
We're going to bring Eddie on just to confirm the story.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, of course, they asked him, they were like, can you kick the door less a little bit? Because we've been fixing it every night, and I just don't think it's going to like make it. And of course, what did he do? He kicked it harder. He kicked it
Which
fucking
is
down.
the most rockabilly
night.
thing that you could have done. Yeah.
And so, and of course, then I have to follow him and go out the door. And I'm like, I got to deal with this shit, Eddie. Come on, man. And
where was that at?
And that was at the Actors Playhouse in Coral Gables, Miami. Great place to work. We loved. We've done it twice there and Christmas.
Oh, nice. And that's where Eddie did it with you as well?
Yeah.
Christmas one?
Yeah, that's
okay. So they brought him back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember when we were at Center Rep and the rats started showing up on stage? Yeah.
Actual rats?
No. So, all right. John Michael, Taylor Gray worked together, and apparently there was a little figurine of a rat that he would put on the piano.
This sounds familiar. And I heard that as a real rat.
At the time, apparently it really quite upset Taylor Gray.
Yeah.
And then John Michael was the music director, so we joked and said, I should have said it had acoustical properties, like it was a speaker or something, and then you have to have it as part of the mix.
It's like there.
Yeah, it's just there. And so they became the idea of acoustical rats.
Yep.
And so when we were at Center Rep, somebody who I've long suspected it was you.
It was me.
Okay, great. I'm glad we got to the bottom of this.
Is this on the record?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So someone bought a gross of rubber rats off of Amazon, presumably. It was like 100 of these rats.
No way.
And one was on the piano, and I was like, oh my God, that's funny, right? And then we started putting them like other places just to surprise people when they came over.
There were lots of nooks and crannies on this set.
I would place it strategically by the shot glasses, so when John Michael would come in, he wouldn't be ready for it.
Well, are they big actual rat sizes?
I would say they were about 2 inches, 2.5.
So like a mouse size.
They're mouse sized.
Okay,
but
rat looking.
But about 2 inches long.
Okay,
yeah, and then one ended up on the drum set. On the drum seat,
right.
And then they were on the cymbals, and then they were
the
completely infested in the Glenfiddich box.
Oh yeah.
And then one night, the problem is the guy playing Phillips at the time was really kind of getting annoyed by the rats.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Which just made us do it
just
even
made
more.
it. How fucking stupid is this?
So then we put it on his phone.
We put it on. But not just on the phone, on the receiver, on the handle, on both the earpiece and the mouthpiece.
You like glued
and
it?
Then
how do you put it on?
Tied about 5 of them into
the tail.
We tied the tails into the cable. It looked like he was wearing fringe when he picked it up. It was the dumbest thing I'd ever seen. It was on the receiver on the dial pad.
Oh my God. Couldn't tell. You could not tell from the audience. That was the game.
And the worst,
you want to make sure you don't affect the show.
But that one.
And the worst thing is when he picked up the phone, he looked down and he sighed. He gave a sigh like, fuck you guys. Man.
In the middle of the show?
And then he had to do the full RCA scene.
Oh no.
No. He was a good dude. It was all,
dude.
He understood. He understood it. It wasn't, we weren't picking on him. It just, everything got out of hand.
He encouraged it, if I may say so.
Listen.
But that one night when he picked up the receiver and it looked like he was going to the rodeo, it had fringe on it. We We knew that was not professional.
That got us through some.
Oh man, this was a crazy moment. And one night, the stage manager came up to me, and we were doing shaking, and I saw this lady dancing, just having the best time of her life. It was incredible. I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick this girl. She danced. She turned around and like cheers. Was shouting for the audience. Incredible. Man, the stage manager comes up to me and she goes, hey, you're getting an email from the lady's friend. And I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can give my email. And she emails me and I get this story. That girl had like 6 months left to live.
Oh my God.
And she had just decided like she was going to forego treatment for whatever she had. And she just was going to live the rest of her life and be happy. And she chose to come see Million Dollar Quartet with her, some of her last months. And there's a thing that drives me insane is when like people phone in performances.
Yeah.
And I know this sounds so cheesy, but that, oh my God, it kind of changed my life when it comes to performing. Because that's just
I love
wild.
that.
Her last days. I mean,
well, without even knowing that, you never know what obviously anyone's going through, but a lot of them are reliving what they went through in high school or wherever, wherever they grew up and all that. So it is special. Like I could look out tonight and be like, these people are living their dream right now and they're being taken back, which is in itself so special. But then you learn about this, which is beyond what we could ever imagine. And if we would have known, we would definitely pick that person. But that's super sweet. I fucking love that shit.
In Westchester, when you guys went for the picture one night, John Michael claimed you could hear like oxygen tanks clanking around.
Oh, that's,
And
Westchester,
then,
oh my God, we had so many.
There's this story of a lady who shouts in the middle. Would you confirm or describe that story?
There was a quiet moment and in
photo.
In the silence.
The famous photo of the
famous
quartet.
photo. This lady in like a full service wheelchair, the kind with like pipes and
like lights and
hoses and all the things. She just says, "Can we please go outside?"
Oh my
God! We were all like, "Oh my God!"
And there was silence.
Take these people outside. What?
And there was silence because nobody clapped during the photo. Correct?
I mean, I don't know, man.
Which is usually
the worst one was we had a golem. We had a golem in the audience at Westchester of just like the whole show. He was just like,
oh yeah.
Like I'm not exaggerating. This is the noise he makes. And he just wouldn't stop. And so we couldn't believe it. And when it happened during the breakup scene and Jason Laughlin lost it. And all of us, we couldn't stop laughing because it was just like a joke at this point. And literally, and like when he came back in after Great Balls and everything, he just comes straight over to me and he like shakes my hand. He's like, just go. We just got to like, he could not maintain. We were laughing so hard during the toast and all this stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So everyone's like evidently laughing during all that.
Yeah. We all were like, we're getting fired. That was the most unprofessional thing any of us have done. But like, we couldn't stop laughing. The golem wouldn't stop.
It is tough. Show. Even here we're experiencing it, but like Sean and I talked about this where like everywhere you go, like it doesn't fail. Even during our dress rehearsal run, it was during either the fight or the breakup scene or Peace in the Valley or the photo. That there's a phone going off or someone's, coughing up a storm and like it never fails. Like somehow, but then I was like, maybe because the show's so loud, it's happening all the time. And then we only hear it during those moments. Right?
Yeah.
Because our demographic, it kind of checks out. But
I'm the right kind of high for what you're saying right now. It feels philosophical.
And the phone's going off.
What else in our lives is going on until you recognize it?
It's always happening. And the phones going off are the flip phones. Like you could tell it's like a Nokia flip. It's not an iPhone. Like so it sits in the demographic for sure.
Is there anything you do before shows to kind of get you in that cash mindset?
Because
I've heard a couple people discuss the way that they get into it, and it's primarily just They wake up, have a cup of coffee, and their voice is perfect.
That's it. I mean,
don't warm up.
You can't warm up. Like if I run too much at the gym, my voice warms up too much for Cash.
This is the best part of these runs is because everybody I know will be having vocal troubles except the Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm having a great day.
Vocal troubles are my
a student
friend.
matinee where they're like, okay. And I'm like, no, not a student matinee. Or like, what is that, 10 a.m. or whatever?
10 a.m.
It's like, nah, that's
a
rough for
one.
anyone else.
Yeah. No, that's my best show.
But yeah, any Johnny I've worked with, they're like, if I don't warm up, I'm going to be fine.
And what I always love is like, there's something about Cash for audiences that I think surpasses everybody now. Like the audiences, this age group, everything that are coming out to the show, they love
Not
Johnny
just
Cash.
the age group. The kids love Johnny Cash.
Right.
Like this is what somebody told me early on. They were like, look, everybody of course loves, Elvis, but like I've found that people love Johnny Cash the most, and especially the younger kids. Say what you want, but they don't care as much about Elvis as the older folks,
Of course, yeah.
And some of them, it's the the fact that he's doing black music, and I think that's what they know about Elvis is, they think that he was stealing,
Yeah, they don't know the details.
They don't know all the details, but
so they know the surface, and then they are bothered by it.
But they know that Johnny writes his own music, and that he was a revolutionary, and that he flipped off the camera that one time, and
I think
they love
the fact that
shit.
Johnny's like this badass. I think they all are, these people in the show.
Oh,
but
yeah.
That's only if you know the history. But
Right.
Johnny is evidently the badass. And I feel like a lot of people are like, yep, that's our guy.
Which is why it
my
makes me
dad.
so mad that y'all don't even have to warm up. You go on stage and you get the biggest applause at the
At the intro.
intro. It's always just
I also like how the applause, because Elvis is right before Johnny Cash. And, it's generally a little bit bigger applause or whatever. And then, like, it goes Johnny, and it's a lower tone. But oh, yeah. Like, all the dads are like, that's my guy. It's their sports moment
great.
for sure.
Well, my dad always said, because my dad was a Beatles guy, he was a boomer. He was, a hippie. And he was like, Johnny Cash, that was the music that we all made fun of. That was dorky music we were rebelling against. But Johnny Cash we had all of our respect. Like, because my dad was a Native American activist, the American Indian movement. He was there at Wounded Knee in the 70s. And Johnny, he was like, Johnny was the real deal. He had this album, Bitter Tears, about Native Americans.
That's right. And
people wouldn't play it. And he told all the radio DJs, he was like, you can't play my other songs unless you play this album. And he stuck by it.
Amazing.
And some of them didn't do it. And he got in, he was not loved by the country music and religious communities for that. And all of the revolution, all the hippies were like, yeah, right on, Johnny Cash.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
You mentioned that he writes his own music, and there's that famous story. Maybe you can confirm this about the what was it? Is it Crescent City Blues, Carson City Blues? That is apparently the entire Folsom Prison Blues, like lyric for lyric.
What do you mean? That he wrote?
I think
that he took from?
I think he ripped off Folsom Prison Blues. Can we get to the bottom of this?
That's possible.
You think?
I think it's do Folsom Prison Blues ripped off.
Folsom Prison Blues by Johnny Cash was inspired by and borrowed heavily from the melody and lyrics of Gordon Jenkins' 1953 song.
He paid out $75,000.
Look this up.
Leading to a lawsuit settled at $75,000 payment to Jenkins. While Cash used the core structure of the iconic Train theme, he added the original lyrics, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die, creating his own distinct hit from borrowing the common folk country at the time. Wow.
Look this up. Can we look this up on YouTube real quick? Okay, you guys, you got to listen to this. Just the first verse.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend.
Holy shit. Scott, you never heard that?
No.
Yeah. That's
I don't know why I
incredible.
haven't heard that.
I'll play
I feel
a little
like
clip
I feel like I just told somebody Santa isn't real.
No, I love it.
No, I mean that's where
I
a
knew
lot of
there
this
was
come from.
something that it was derived from, but I hadn't heard it for something.
Damn, that's pretty incredible. And also, I never knew that. And now the Million Dollar Quartet family knows.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to the podcast.
And Mounts Jupiter. Oh, I wanted to ask about. So we were talking the other day about what we do with our movements on stage, and you mentioned to me that you have eye choreography.
Well, in order to memorize certain songs, okay, so "Walk the Line" is basically the one that I'm talking about.
Right, because every cache has their own thing. Because when you guys do your song, you're standing, staring directly at the audience. Yeah. So you got to find some way to make it like you're singing.
Yeah,
but you're still in a room.
Yeah, kind of. I don't actually think about that as much as I should. Like, I definitely use the audience even when we're in the fourth wall play.
And I think you have to do that.
Yeah,
At least
don't
a little
do
bit because I'm too scared. But go ahead.
I love staring at people, man.
I don't like looking at the audience until the finale at all.
Oh, yeah.
They do not exist to me.
The one that's a stretch is like in 16 Tons. I'll point out and be like, and the straw boss said, "Whoa."
So
It totally makes sense.
You find
But
a
I
straw
point-
boss in the audience.
Yeah, I point at somebody specifically.
Wow. I
See,
get
these
that
are the
though.
little secrets of the
I mean, I
cash
quote
trade.
unquote look at the audience, but I don't actually
Yeah.
look at people until Hound Dog is my.
I don't, other than that little moment, but like for Walk the Line, I don't look at anybody specifically, but I pick my points. And so I memorize, I've got my
That's
subject.
amazing.
I'm singing to like this person just off center. And then,
And you tie it to a lyric.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I'm talking to them, I'll look at them. But like for the second verse, I'll look to the left and then I'll look to the right. Then I'll look at so every single
amazing.
time just to keep myself straight. And I'll look up at the, on night and day.
Yeah. That's awesome. Because there's like 5 verses in there or whatever. Yeah.
And then, you guys, I asked them a riddle for the people listening at home. I asked them a riddle on opening night.
I think
said,
I know it.
There's somewhere in there. You have to listen for a misheard lyric. A protective glove for greenery. You guys didn't get it then?
No, I thought it's the
A protective glove for greenery.
Oh, protective glove for greenery.
You change the lyrics for it?
No,
Oh.
I just say it. And somebody in Montreal actually pointed out. They were like, it sounds like you're saying this. And now that's what I think of every time I sing this lyric.
What lyric?
Well, I don't want to give it away.
Oh, well, I
yet.
All right, I'm going through the lyrics. Oh, it's not coming to me, man.
So I'll look to the left and I'll say, I don't know what the lyrics of the song are right now.
See?
I guess
Neither
that
do we.
edible hit right then.
That's your
Just
song.
right then
They're
when I had
good.
to.
I'm just
They-
scraping
when
the
I had to
guitar
think
back
of
there,
a-
man.
Yeah.
I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone when each day's through. Yes, I'll admit that I'm a fool for you. Did you hear it?
No.
Yes, I'll.
Yes, I'll admit.
Yes, I'll admit.
A salad mitt.
Oh,
He pointed, so I had a Jerry Lee who was like, "You say salad mitt, and it makes me laugh every time." And I'm like,
Was that dumb?
"Yes, I'll admit."
Who was the Jerry?
That's amazing.
And so then I laugh at it every single time right afterwards.
I could not find it. I remember you mentioning that. You're like, you have until opening to learn.
I was really laying into it. Yes.
But to me, that was just a
last night.
Johnny-ism. Yes, solid.
Yes, I'll admit. Once
God,
you
that's
hear it, you
good.
can't unhear it.
I like that.
A protective glove for greenery.
Yeah.
Yes, solid mitt.
Salad mitt.
Wow. Now I can never play
And
Johnny because that's all
solid
I think about.
mitt. That was pretty good.
Yes, I'll admit.
And with that,
Can I also wanted to ask, do you remember your first performance as Cash ever?
So my first performance ever was at the Westchester Broadway Theater after 10 days of rehearsal, which Hunter canceled one because he said we didn't need it.
and even for veterans, that's a tight schedule.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy
Because they had
crap.
all just done it. I forget where. Starts with an F. I'll look it
But
up.
were you the only like newbie then?
I was the only newbie.
Okay,
and so he was like, "I'm going to cancel this rehearsal," and I was, "Unless Sky, you want it?" And I was like, Do you think I need it? Tell me, like, help me
and
out.
You don't want to be the reason why everyone else rehearses.
Right,
there's so much.
I'm like, I guess he had enough confidence, in me to do it. And then that first performance, of course, I was nervous and I was like concentrating on not screwing up lyrics. That one was reviewed by the New York Times.
Oh,
and it's the one time that
this is
been
incredible.
reviewed.
That Westchester Broadway Theater, presumably a New York Times journalist got lost, wound up in the
highway, had nothing to do.
They said, "Can I have that map?" And they said, "Yes, if you buy a ticket to the show."
Well, because they had heard about Hunter's version, and so they wanted to check it out, and because he was about to start doing it a bunch of places, and so
wow.
They
what did the
review
reviews
his
say?
specifically? It was a great review for me. It said that
I love this that you have this memorized because I would too. New York Times, baby.
That's pretty incredible. So, with that, do you still or ever get nervous after 18 productions of the show?
Yeah, nervous is good.
Yeah.
I have a way of. What's great about Johnny Cash is that like you gotta play it cool. You gotta be cool up there.
Yeah.
And so you just gotta fake it till you make it.
Yeah. Me too.
Do you still get nervous?
Every day, man.
Really?
Yeah. I get anxious and I get like worried that I'm not doing it right. After, I don't know how many productions, but same amount of years, like 8 or 9 years or whatever. And yeah, I care a lot, but I'm like, I know the songs, I know everything, but then you get out there, I'm like, do I?
Right. It's when I start thinking about them.
Right.
If I start thinking about the words and walk the line,
it's the worst.
I can't. That's why I have my iography. So I just I don't even have to think about it. I look that way and I say I.
Sometimes things will break that, and then you come to, like I had this. It was one of the first times I ever went on, and I'd practiced Great Balls of Fire maybe 100 times, and I'm in the breakup scene. And I realized, like, I was thinking about, like, God, I hope Trader Joe's is open, And man,
that's another.
I really should have peed before the show.
Think about,
and I got mad at myself, and I was like, Sean, this is the Broadway tour. Like, you got to pay attention, man. Be a professional. I'm ADD, and
locked in. Yeah.
And so then I like really locked in. I was really sad for Carl. I was just, I was really locked in.
Been there,
and I realized, oh, shit, I don't know the words to Great Balls of Fire. I truly could not think of how it started. I've done it 100 times.
Arguably the most famous song.
Most iconic song of all time. And I thought, oh, you got like 2 minutes left. It's fine. You'll get it. And it's like the more I thought about it, the more I knew I would never know these lyrics again. They were gone. I was full white room.
Yeah.
And I panicked and I was sweating bullets. And I got up and I went, Mr. Phillips, song about this song. And I had no clue what was going to come out of my mouth. It's the most terrified I've ever been on stage. I thought, oh my God, do I sneeze? Like, do I sing it off mic until I get out? It was terrible. And I went, dun, 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 dun. And the muscle memory triggered that. And the lyrics, it just spat out.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
I went into the white room and didn't find it.
Yeah.
In Cincinnati, for down by the riverside. I hit the chord and I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm going to lay down. I'm going to set down. I'm going to put down. I think it's put. I'm going to put down.
Oh God,
that doesn't sound right. And I just stood there and I was like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. And John Michael was looking at me, saw me panic, and he just goes, I'm gonna lay down. And he like started
like
the song.
It for you.
He started the song for me. He saw that I wasn't coming out of it. Like I wasn't gonna find it.
Shout out to John Michael.
Michael.
Miss that guy. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
To piggyback on that, I thought of you today, Sean, because I go out for the beginning of second act, Long Tall Sally. And we're chatting, me and you, Sky, and we're ad-libbing, like having fun. And in my head, I'm like,
so what is the opening like verse in my head while we're chatting? I'm like, it's one of these. If I just say one of them, it's going to work. It's not that big of a song to where like I'll get by as long as the band keeps up with me. And as I go, hey, Carl, remember the long, tall Sally ducking back in the alley song? And I'm looking at Chance and he's like, you mean the one what Pat Boone done? In my head, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm about to sing at all.
Really?
And so
It's incredible how that happens.
I was like, let the muscle memory take you there.
Yeah, baby.
Dude,
it's
I'm not
incredible.
Kidding. I didn't play the first chord because I was so scared tonight. This is tonight. And I walk into the mic and I go, I'm all tail end. I was like, where did that come from? I think the muscle memory of walking into the microphone, I'm going to tell Aunt Mary. And I was like, this is one of the verses.
This is supposed to be like a studied thing. It's like, have you ever been on like the freeway and then you get home and you go, how did I get home? You ever forget and you go, I was daydreaming the whole time, but I made it through 3 neighborhoods, a freeway, and nobody died. It's that same kind of consciousness.
Yeah. I'm glad I got through that one. I was going to repeat maybe one of the verses over and over. Like, I was just like, I just don't.
And this whole time, we just assumed you knew what you were doing.
You could just go, I was having
and that song, of all songs, you can kind of growl them and like.
But I noticed you were doing that later in the song, right?
I do it.
And like, you'd go mumbly peg.
Tall, she was built for speed. She got everything.
Yes, I love it. But I was Elvis watching, I was like, does he always do that?
I think you asked me the other day, like, did you do that or did you forget your words? I was like, no, Elvis kind of mumbled sometimes. So I
want to ask you again about the first performance because I remember the first time I had to go on for Jerry Lee and trying to psych myself up. And
yeah, I would pace in the back. You know, pacing is my only like nervous tick. You know, I'll just like walk around and do one of the lyrics, you know, and just. If I can walk like them and not mess up, walk the line, then I'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I had only done 10 rehearsals.
Right.
That's insane.
So like that muscle memory wasn't there yet.
Right.
At all.
So I imagine you're probably overthinking and trying to like just nail every word, every line. Yeah.
Well, I locked in so much of my like weird background improvisation stuff, like on my moment to moment, like how do I get from this to this?
Yeah.
I locked in a lot of that in that first production, you know, because I didn't have time to do anything else.
Oh yeah. At some point you're just
come up with stuff in order to memorize. Oh, okay. My Babe starts. Okay. This is where I go back and ask Elvis how the song goes.
Yeah.
So that I have that moment until this part.
Yeah.
You know? So I have all that memorized too. And that's my muscle memory now. You know, of these weird things that we do.
Isn't that crazy?
That I do in the
background. We all have our versions of that. And I don't tell many of mine because it'll psych myself out if someone knows what I'm doing. But even if you notice it,
then
it
gives me something
so I remember these moments.
Sideswipe them with and do something different the next time. So
yeah,
I do this crazy fucking scat thing.
Yeah.
This Johnny Cash scat emerged. I think it's kind of based on Jim Carrey in The Mask. Hop-a-doodle-lacky,
Dream Party.
What's the matter with your daddy today?
It's a Dream Party, right?
And so I do some in Party. I do, but my big one, I think I was in Tahoe when it happened. And I was just like doing the duck walk. And I was like, hop. Up-a-doodle-lacky. Hey, now, what you gonna say to me?
For those who don't know what duck walk is, it's Hunter's version, Guitar Army.
During See You Later, Alligator, right? That's all. Well, we go up towards the audience, and then we do. It's just a step walk, but we call it duck walk because kind of like a Chuck Berry thing, right?
And to know the whole time. There.
While we're playing guitar chords, I'm like yelling, this is it.
I'm going.
You're like,
I'm doing this.
We saw that duck walk, baby.
I'm doing.
Tomorrow.
Hey, now, what you gonna say to me? How'd you like the apricot pie, Major?
Because
that's what I say. I said that one night, and I was like, that's the funniest thing I've ever come up with.
That's like what you do when you're 10.
How'd you like the apricot pie I made you?
And are you saying that? Because I remember during the show tonight, when I'm walking backwards, you're the last one on like
because I have to get it out. I have to ask the person in the front row.
Someone, yes.
How'd you like the apron? Like they're gonna know what the fuck I'm talking
but they're
about.
Just in it, like, oh, he's talking to me, but you're saying apricot.
Well, how'd you like the apricot pie I made you? For some reason, that came to me in Tahoe,
this is incredible.
And I was like, that makes sense. That's a Southern thing, apricot pie.
I love that.
And somebody said once, "How'd you like the apricot pie I made you?" And it became a song.
You pointed at someone and you walked back.
No idea where it comes from, and now I can't help but do it every time.
Stories.
All right,
man.
here's my question for you guys. Yeah. What's the best housing you've ever had?
Center Rep was pretty sick because they put us up in those.
That was really cool.
And you know,
up on the like right across the street, basically from the theater.
Center Rep was a great contract, and I remember.
Oh, Center Rep.
Yeah, do you remember
Walnut Creek? We were just in a hotel.
Creek. Yeah, but it was like a nice hotel with amenities and shit.
It's Phoenix Theater Company versus a Gunkwit Playhouse. And for two different reasons. The Gunkwit, I loved that we all kind of lived in the same parking lot area. Like we were separated by a parking lot, but we all lived in the same area. I fortunately had like this, like, I guess, apartment suite. But Phoenix had like a compound where like you all meet in the middle and there's like a barbecue in the middle. Like everyone, like, it's kind of like an old motel style. But I think those two are pretty close in the running. But I just like when all the casts are very in close quarters, like where I could text Sky and be like, hey, dude, I'm going to go downstairs. And you could literally walk out your like apartment and I'm there. You know what I mean? Like opposed to, hey, a 2-minute drive, which is great here. But like at the same time, everyone's in the same area. And to me, it's like fun because some people want to drink and hang or smoke, whatever. And then some just want to go to bed. It's like, oh, but we're all here in case you want to like just peek your head out. Someone's always going to be outside. That's my favorite housing, which is Phoenix and a Gunkwit.
So Riverside bought their own hotel and like use it as a hotel.
Yeah.
And that's where all the housing is. And I thought that's a great idea, but it's a hotel. Jiva has great housing right across the parking lot from the theater just for them. They own it. But the best was St. Louis Rep because they also bought a hotel, an old kind of style double-decker hotel. And they let the design students design each room differently.
Oh, that's cool.
And so, of course, I got the hippie room with like the hair posters and Jimi Hendrix and like all this.
You know what I always love is you personalize every room.
I do.
If it's a hotel, if it's something
I used to bring like the color, the LED color changing app lights everywhere and replace all the bulbs.
I literally take Christmas lights every.
I saw that you do. I love that.
Not just because we're here in Christmas time. Like I'll take Christmas lights to any hotel or any contract. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Or like white lights or whatever.
Yeah. It's like
That's my advice to the younger guys. Bring your own lights. Bring your own decorations.
Yeah. And just to add to your resume here, you've been writing your own shows. And
I did a couple youth musicals at the New York Fringe Festival. Goldilocks.
Ever heard of it? Go on.
In LA.
In literally New York Fringe Festival in LA. Okay, so Goldilocks.
Goldilocks and the Three Polar Bears, and Jack and the Soy Beanstalk, which got published by Sam French, and then went on tour with some children's shows and went to Chicago and did hair again.
Actor? Or a published author? Yeah. Jesus.
That's incredible.
This edible hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm so sorry.
Really?
That's incredible.
Are you high right now?
Hell yeah. And you're currently writing or have written a show that we got to sit in on.
I know.
Called?
This show is called The Wizard's Dream.
Oh.
It's a musical, an immersive musical introduction to the world of Darksember. A world without a sun.
And it's incredible. So here at Malt Jupiter, we had a day off and Sky took over one of the rehearsal studios and invited us to come over and check it out. Your first time ever doing it? Is that
first
right?
Time
first
ever
run through?
Presenting it to anybody.
It was incredible. Talk about that. So when did you write it and what's it? about, and when are you going to first perform it publicly?
So we're premiering it 4 days after I get home from this contract.
So very
on
soon,
December 19th at Elixart in Nevada City, California, where I live currently. Elixart is a really cool elixir bar. It's for all ages. It's I've been sober for 2 years now, and so it's my only like bar life. But they got a cool stage, really cool psychedelic vibes, and kids all the time. So I was like, 2 years ago, we did a show locally called Gold Can't Love You Back, which was like a gold rush musical, and it was a huge hit in our little town. We did 3 runs, and artistically, we're very, very excited about it. Great show.
Yeah.
And so when I was thinking, okay, my songwriting partner Ryan Wink, he's the lyricist. He's a genius. He can freestyle rap in Portuguese. He's just like on a whole different level from any of us. And we were like, well, what are we going to do next? What's our next project? And I was like, you know how you make $1 million is Christmas songs.
Yeah.
And so I was like, maybe try and write some Christmas tunes. And I started just ruminating on that and thinking, well, no, I don't want to do a holiday show that's like, Santa meets the Easter Bunny, or, Santa meets Krampus, or, combining all these different things. And I didn't want to steal any indigenous mythology. So I wanted to create my own fairy tale. Winter fairy tale is what I call it.
That's awesome.
And so I started thinking about what it is about the season that is important. Why do we give gifts? Why do we, why is it so important for us to gather when it's cold and it's dark out? And so I started creating this world of these bonfire villages and this world without a sun, where the trees are the source of light and warmth because their roots went all the way to the center of the earth and pulled up the energy from the core sun.
Yeah, I love that.
I just want that whispered to me tonight as I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Just nice.
Just have Sky put us to sleep.
I'll be doing the audiobook in 2026. Only available to those who come and see the show. I'm trying to make this all multimedia and bring back live theater. Not bring back, but just like get kids to get excited about live theater and reading. And so until Pixar comes knocking, that's the only way to hear this story.
Well, and you also said,
and there's music too.
I think you called it a kid pit, right? Where like up front, the kids could sit and the parents like sit in the back type of thing.
Yeah.
And because the show is kind of, I guess this from the outside, but it's geared towards kids, but I feel like there is enough adult like humor, in my opinion, like The Office style, like Michael Scott humor, which I was dying watching.
Oh, nice.
And if I had a kid, I'd be like, yeah, like this is amazing, like have a good time. But I'd also be like loving it.
I got to be an Ember Fairy, and I've never felt happier.
Oh, you were such a happy Ember Fairy.
Thank you very much. Some of my better work.
Where are you performing it and what day?
December 19th at Elixart in Nevada City, California.
Amazing.
And the date is very important, because it's the new moon. So it's the darkest night in December, and arguably the whole year, because it's right before the solstice, where it's the shortest day of the year. But it's also the anniversary of the death of my best friend, the person who got me into theater back in junior high, Andy Bradley. We were doing choir, and we started doing Monty Python sketches, and I had like major stage fright before that, because I was in a movie when I was 7 years old called The Powwow Highway, based on my dad's book. We can talk about that later.
Incredible.
But I was 7 years old. I had a big part in it, and I thought they were making fun of me when they would like say my lines from the movie. And so I got really like self-conscious and got really debilitating stage fright for years and years.
Oh my God, when it's a good thing if people are quoting your movie.
I didn't know. My parents were just like saying my lines and saying it like me. I thought they were making fun of me.
Wow.
And then Andy got me to do, Monty Python sketches, got me to do choir. We both got into Les Mis at the same time, and it changed our lives. And
that's the show that did it for me. Yeah.
We would like divvy out the parts And he was Valjean, I was Javert, he was Marius, I was Enjolras. We did the whole. We would just do the whole thing in my bedroom all summer.
That's incredible.
And he passed away on his birthday, December 19th.
Wow.
1997.
Damn.
Our senior year of high school.
Damn.
Wow.
And so this show is, a tribute to him and what he gave to me, and also hopefully, gets the next generation, to start singing musicals in their bedrooms,
Jesus, I've been playing ping pong in my spare time. And you're inspiring the next generation.
And honoring a friend.
Yeah, Jesus.
Doing real shit. Yeah. That's incredible.
You guys are starting a podcast. What are you talking about?
And you're our first guest.
Hey, you know what? You're right, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we were doing something, in the MDQ world.
You guys are incredible.
Real quick, before we kind of sign off, I want to know about your dad's book that was turned. It was your dad's book that was turned into a movie, you said?
Yeah. Well, actually, this is very exciting. So my dad wrote The Powwow Highway back in 1978 or 79, before I was born. Named a character Sky in it. Forgot about it. I was born, named me Sky. Pulled it out of a drawer and was like, oh, yeah. And there's a character named Sky in my book.
Oh, wow.
He always said he robbed a bank to publish it himself. I guess he just wrote a bad check, but he did get arrested for it.
That's like Elvis's dad, but go on.
Yeah, he published it himself. He got it out there, and somehow George Harrison of the Beatles read his book, loved it, and made the movie with Handmade Films.
Unreal.
In 1987, and then I auditioned. Didn't tell them I was the son of the author. At least that's what they told me. And got cast as Sky in the movie.
No way.
Yeah.
So we can find, where can we find this and watch you?
You can watch it. I think it's only available in the Criterion collection right now.
Okay.
The movie was just inducted into the Library of Congress.
You do think you're better than us.
This is insane.
Jesus Christ. Again, I played ping pong in my spare time.
Even the best part. I just signed the paperwork for them to, they are developing it as a TV show for FX right now.
Oh my God.
With the writers from Reservation Dogs.
You need tap
heard of that show.
You need tap dancers?
There's probably going to be a tap dance number. I don't know if I have anything to say.
You're going to want that tap solo.
What close with your best song?
I think the one that everybody said they liked was I See You.
I was hoping you'd say that because that song, even out of context of the show, I was legitimately like, oh my God, I feel something different happening right now in this moment. Truthfully,
awesome.
I was like, this is a beautiful song and everyone should hear it, even whether in the show or outside the show.
Oh,
so I'm glad
man.
if you're okay with playing that one.
I would love to. Yeah. I'm seeing you for the first time right now by the firelight. I thought I knew what you looked like somehow, but I was just half right. There's a slight smile, there's a bright blush, there's nothing more I could love just as much. Where is your hair? Take off that hat. Every stray strand is reminding me that I can see you right now. Yes, I see you, and I can see all of the stories you wear on your skin, stresses and scars and the lines from your grin. Eyes like a forest, the deeper I'm in. Don't think it ends, don't know where it begins. Try though I might, there's no words to describe. I only felt all the beauty inside, all of the poetry painted, that's you. Now I can see it's much more than I knew, 'cause I see you
I can see you right now. Oh, I see you. And I don't care how you think you look. You feel like you're plain. All of your doubt, your self-hate, and your shame blends into you. And I see that too. There's only one thing I want you to do. Let me see you. Let me see the real you. If I see you, baby, you'll see me too. Long have I lived here in the dark. All my eyes have been opened by one special spark. The world that was blurred now becomes sharp. I've opened my eyes, which has opened my heart, and I see.
Million Dollar Quartet Off the Record is hosted by and produced by Daniel Durston and Sean McGibbon. If you have a question or a song submission, please send to mdqofftherecord@gmail.com. If you'd like to support the podcast, please go to patreon.com/mdqofftherecord to hear more from the hosts and uncut interviews from the guests. Theme song is Big John by Sam Sherwood.